Well, what we've discovered is that the floorboards that many people believed were original floorboards here at the Guildhall are indeed original floorboards of the Guildhall. And it's important to emphasise that believing that they are the original floorboards and now knowing they are the original floorboards is different. The technology that is around now has allowed us to accurately date this, and it shows that these are the floorboards that were laid down in the 1400s. The way that they interlock shows that they were built on site for this building, which is significantly important because it demonstrates that these are the floorboards that everyone has trod from 1400s onwards, including Shakespeare in 1592-93 when he performed here with the Earl of Pembroke's men. And by connecting those two events, this is the only set of floorboards anywhere in the world where Shakespeare will have performed on.
How does this build on what we already know about the building?
Well, I think what's important to know about this building is its history. Its history isn't just the very start and the very end. The journey all the way through is very, very important, because if we get this right and we display this building properly to the world, there's a story that's lasted over 600 years. Some very significant events during that process that are relevant to people today still. For instance, Alec Penrose in the 1940s saved this building from it becoming a car showroom. He spent a long time renovating it with public money and private donations. Sadly, he died before the renovations were finished. But that challenge was taken on by Lady Fermoy and the late Queen Mother, who was patron of the Kings Lynn festival that was created just over 70 years ago. So they're very important figures to remember in the saving of this building. Alec Penrose in particular, who should be celebrated a lot more by local people as the real saviour of this building. More recently, of course, we've picked up the baton at the Borough Council, but also more recently, other organisations such as Larch and Shakespeare Guildhall Trust and the Kings Lynn Preservation Society and lots of other civic, cultural and heritage organisations in Kings Lynn have banged the drum for saving this wonderful complex. And without them, we wouldn't be here today looking for the funds to change this into a Shakespearean experience.
So what does the discovery mean to this project?
Well, it's changed this project, and because when this project was first put into the Town Deal Fund, it was more about displaying it as a theatre, having some creative hub sites, and putting some money in to start the renovation of it. The renovation, which is absolutely vital for this borough from a financial point of view, because we have a full repairing lease with the National Trust, and in around 20 years' time, we're expected to either renegotiate that list or hand it back. But at that point, the condition of this building will be assessed. And so the project that the Town Deal Fund had and have is twofold. One, to make it much more user-friendly and usable. Another one is to put some maintenance into it and repair so that we can continue to do that. But it's going to require lots more money over the years. But this discovery has given us the opportunity to go that next step and make this into the international Shakespearean tourist attraction that it should be. And the potential of that is enormous. When you think in the United States alone, there's 350 plus Shakespeare players groups, just the United States. We had over 200 million views of the news of the floorboards. We were on Chinese state TV, Japanese TV, Irish TV. So we were all over the world, and I don't think people quite realise the phenomena that is Shakespeare. It's 600 years since his first folio was published, and Shakespeare shaped English language, Shakespeare shaped literature from the first day of his folio being published. So the international interest in this is incredible, and there's a chance that we can turn this into a visitor centre bigger than the Jorvik Centre in York, similar to Bath Roman Spa, where we then can add on to the visitor experience all of the other incredible heritage assets we've got in the town. So it's incumbent on us to really take advantage of this, and that will therefore change the project that the Town Deal Board Fund have started. It will require more money to do that, and the team both at the CIO, which is the charitable organisation that has been established to run the project once it's complete, plus the team at the Borough Council are already working on routes for further funding, and we 100% support their efforts in doing that so that we can display this amazing place.
So what happens next?
What happens next is we need to continue with that hard work to gain more funds, conversations with people like the Arts Council, the National Trust, the Heritage Lottery Fund and others. There has been interest from all sorts of people from around the world. So it's about bringing them together and driving the project based on what it really can be rather than what we can afford to do. So we've got to bring those two things together, and then we can really sell this place for the good of this borough. Because everyone needs to remember that industries come and go in a place like Kings Lynn, West Norfolk. Our food industry was huge 30, 40 years ago. It's a lot smaller now. But the one industry that will never leave us is tourism. And Kings Lynn doesn't see enough tourism because we don't project it enough. This is now projecting it. 200 million interactions demonstrates that, and the interest is huge. So we've got to take advantage of that. And that hopefully will lead to people within the tourist industry benefiting from this. Hopefully it will mean more people will be interested in creating more beds in the town centre for the visitor economy. We might see larger hotel chains want to come along here and build here. And then we can start really selling Kings Lynn as a place to be, a place to visit, and a place to bring your businesses. So the knock-on effect could be absolutely huge, and we have to work on this as much as we possibly can to take full advantage of it.
So Simon, tell me, where can people go for more information, find out more information about this?
Well, if you go to Vision Kings Lynn website, which is the website created by the Town Deal Board, there'll be information on there about the project and the other projects that the Town Deal Board are running. And also in the new year, we will hopefully be able to make public the REBA Stage 2 plans, which will demonstrate the thinking behind how we're going to display this complex and the whole complex, not just the theatre itself, but all the way down to the river, which is what people don't quite realise when you come out the front. You see this wonderful window and you don't realise how far back it goes and the depth of this complex. But there'll be lots more comms, lots more interaction, and the existing users of the facility will have full access to it as much as we can give them until we shut the doors and start taking things out.